Street TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Yes, welcome to Unveiled show. I'm right here, as I promised last time. We'll always be here every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. And today is an interesting day. Hope you've been well. And we say that this is a show that is here to build men, not to deconstruct men, to build men, to construct the life of a man. I know there are many programs out there that keep on saying what men are not doing. But in this particular show, Man Unveiled, we are here to say who a man is, so that that man can be restored back to his original place in God. Because when God created man, he had an intention. When God created man, there's what he expected from this man. And today is a good day and a great day where I'm hosting my friend and a man I know as a family man, Charles Manyara. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want you to feel welcome at Termipest.
Thank you.
Man Unveiled.
Thank you very much.
I've had your testimony.
Thank you.
I've always been longing to host you.
Thank you, sir.
And I know there are so many people watching.
Yes.
Right now. There are some people who are telling me, we are waiting for that man.
In fact, there are quite a lot.
So I want you to look at that camera.
Yes.
And salute your friends and our viewers.
Okay.
And introduce yourself, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is indeed a wonderful opportunity, the Elevate community. My names are Charles Kamau Manyara. I like to pronounce myself as a father, a husband, and a businessman. Thank you very much for hosting me in this show, Bwana Joe.
Yes.
It is indeed a pleasure and my honor. My family, I know you're watching. You're waiting in bated breath. So I hope I will meet your expectations, and we are going to have a good show together.
Wow.
Thank you.
I want you to have a special mention to your wife and your children.
Yes, yes. She would kill me if I wouldn't.
I want to make it easier for you to go home tonight.
Oh my God, especially now that I'm going to go home late.
Yes.
My beautiful wife, Margaret, indeed a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Yes, sir.
A wonderful mother to my kids. You are still my girlfriend. I love you. Thank you very much for preparing me. Thank you for what you've done. Hold the kids' hands. Listen to your dad. Listen to your husband. Learn. Let's hope after this show, my wife, you're going to understand the kind of man I am.
Wow,
Thank you.
wow.
Thank you.
I think that's such a powerful statement.
Yes.
I also want to take this opportunity to appreciate my wife. I want to leave it because you don't want to be crucified. Linus, Joe, I love you. And because this is a family show, I know you're watching together with our children, Victor, Sophie, and Sonia, and the community, the Elevate community, wherever we are, our friends watching us from different places. We know I'll be revisiting, I'll be checking your messages online, on Facebook, on YouTube. Please share with fellow men, share with families that are around your community. Let them know that something great is happening here on Elevate. And this is what I say, that it takes a man to get the best out of another man. And that is why tonight we have Mr. Manyara here, Engineer Manyara for that matter, to come and speak about the family man. And we want to have a discussion, a candid discussion on who is this family man. And I want you to write to us, give us a definition of what a family man or who a family man is. I know you have your own understanding. Possibly you have a husband, you are a wife there. What do you understand by a family man? I want you to write to us there. I'll be reading your comments and any other question that you have for our guest here. And I know that we are going to all be learning. Mr. Manyara.
Bwana Joe.
What do you understand by a family man?
Let me begin by saying, finally we are here.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I love this topic from the day you approached me and we discussed and said, we are going to do this.
Yes.
I was excited.
Yes, sir.
The reason I was excited was because I have a passion for the family. I come from a background where my family was not all that. Okay, my father is still there, my mother is still there. Magdalene Remui, love you very much. Mr. Manyara, I love you very much. Those are my father. Those are my parents. It is indeed a pleasure to be here to discuss now what we are so famously calling the family man.
Yes.
To answer your question, in my opinion, a family man is a servant.
Wow.
A family man is a leader. A family man is a priest. Bare knuckles fight. Those are the 3 models of a family man.
You said
family man is a servant.
A servant, yes.
A family man is a leader. And a family man, third and not the least, is a priest.
Take us deeper when it comes to a servant.
A servant.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the society we live in has demeaned the boy child for so long. And we have been put in a situation where it is hard to express yourself serving your family. It is common practice or common language out there when you are doing things for your children, watoto wako wanakutumia.
Oh yes.
When you're pampering your wife, umekaliwa chapati.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
That one I can attest.
Yeah.
All else uko na umama.
Uko na umama. Exactly, uko na umama. So when I talk about a servant, a family man is somebody who should be ready to serve. I have been brought up in a family where I have seen miscodes. Okay? There has been fights.
Yes.
Kukwaruzana. Kumekuwa na challenges. And I have learned a lot as I have grown up, even to the age of having my own kids. My daughter Natalie, by the way, wishing you all the best. I know you're doing your Form 4 this year.
Wow.
Wishing you all the best, Mama. She's my mother.
Wow.
My sons Jonas and Abramo, they have taught me quite a lot.
Wow.
I was at a point in my life some time back where I had not only lost hope, I had lost meaning because of the background, because of the challenges.
Yes.
I can tell you for a fact, I was never trained on how to keep a wife.
And many men don't go through that training.
We don't.
We are assumed to be husbands by default.
The biggest mistake the parents of our generation made, especially for us, the boy child, was not to sit us down and take us through. Unfortunately, for many of us, we come from broken families. Quite a good number of us. Either your father left or your mother left, or they never agreed. So it is unfortunate that we had to go through that period. And you can see that now. In the generation of men, in this generation, in our generation, you can see it with the problems that we are encountering. You know, you have a problem with your wife, you choose to go to your friends instead of sitting your wife down and talking to them.
We try to behave like our fathers.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
Exactly, exactly. And unfortunately, our fathers didn't also have teachers.
Yes.
The person I'm named after, the late Charles Kamau Angoho, he was one of the pioneers of the African England Church. Okay?
Yeah.
So I come from a very deep spiritual background.
Yes.
I am named after a person who's built churches. Okay? Yes. I am expected to be a Christian by default, not even a husband.
Yes.
A Christian by default.
And to end up being a priest.
Thank you.
Yes. Because of the lineage.
But you know this life now. Sisi ndio tuko. Sisi ndio tuko.
Yes.
So a servant, the definition of a servant that I like to tell myself is somebody who is there for the wife. You can actually pick up the dishes and clean. Most men in our well, that's why I'm about to say that. That's the generation we are living in, and the cultural norms of this time dictate that hiyo ni kukaliwa.
Yes.
But what is so wrong of going into the kitchen and making your children?
Furthermore, she's a helper, so that's what you are supposed to be doing. She's supposed to help.
She didn't come into your life to become a maid.
Okay. In short, she didn't come to wash dishes.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay?
You are supposed to wash the dishes.
You are supposed to assist one
Yes,
another.
yes.
She's supposed to build you. She's supposed to nurture you. She's supposed to do exactly what she's done.
Wow.
Okay? When was the last time I was in a suit?
Hey,
When she heard I was coming to Elevate
Yes.
Studios,
Yes.
she told me, my husband,
Yes.
utaenda vile umezoea.
You can't go like a suspect.
Exactly. There's a friend of mine called Lawrence Mbogwa.
Yes.
He likes joking around and saying that jamaa wa vinyasa ndefu ndefu. Because that's how I look when I am huko in the
Yes,
bundus.
mtaa, yes.
Mtaa. You understand? But today the person who so many people think is your maid
Yes.
or is a second class citizen.
Yes. Yes.
Is the person who's made me appear the way I am today.
Wow. She has done her assignment.
So she's important.
Yes.
So being a servant to her
Yes.
is not being a lesser man.
No.
It is not. It is not.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
It makes you
I think
equal.
I like that aspect of being a servant.
Yes.
That you are there to serve.
You are there to serve your wife, your children, and your home. Sio kitu ikivunjika msumari ikitoka wekeza kuja na nyundo, hapana. Show your children.
Yes.
Be that servant.
Wow.
Wake up in the morning, clean your car. Okay?
Let them see.
Let them see. How else are they going? We are complaining about this. Is it called Generation Q or Generation Z? Yeah? Yes. They don't know even how to clean their own clothes.
Yes.
Okay? So it is important for us as men. And if you want to define that term, a family man, you need to be a servant.
Wow.
Yes.
Listen to what some people are saying here.
Yes.
There's Wilberforce Wanyonyi.
Yes.
He's watching Shiangala Omtai. A family man is a leader, a servant, and a priest. Well captured.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Then we have, we have several people following.
Yes.
We'll be recognizing them.
Yes.
Continue writing to us.
Yes.
Who this family man is according to your understanding. You can also pin some of the statements, some of the bugger points our guest is offering here.
Correct.
So you said number one, a servant. Number two,
a leader.
A leader, yes.
Okay. A family man. You lead from the front. Unfortunately, this society we live in, tumekaliwa sana. Even when your wife questions you, instead of sitting, the Bible says, come let us reason together.
Yes.
Okay? Instead of sitting down with your wife,
Yes.
as a man, you choose to do what? Keep quiet.
Okay.
Okay?
We get lost in silence.
Amesema. There is this story that is told
Yes, sir.
about a man who died and went to heaven. Okay?
Yes.
When he got to heaven, he saw two lines with two very big placards. One, if you know you are dominated by your wife, stand on this line.
Yes.
If you know you dominated your wife, stand on this line. And there were guards on both lines.
Yes.
The funny thing is, there were 99.9%
Yes.
of the men
Yes.
went to the line which said, if you are dominated by a woman or your wife,
Yes.
stand here.
In short, wale walikuwa wamekaliwa walikuwa 9 out of 10.
Correct. This
Only
one
one.
was on this line.
He must be a ninja.
Listen to this story.
Yes.
So this guard who was at the front there was very shocked. How come we have almost 1 million people here and we have only this one gentleman?
Yes.
He moved from his podium and came down and held this guy in the hand.
Yes.
Kuja kidogo.
We celebrate you.
Not even there. Tell me your secret.
Yes.
So this guy was there, confused.
Yes.
He didn't understand what was going on.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
The funny bit of this story is very simple.
Yes.
When he composed himself to give an answer,
Yes.
do you know what he said? He said, my wife told me to stand in this line.
So he was under instruction.
Yes. Yes. And that is not a problem.
Yes.
That is not a problem. We know how our women are.
Yes.
Okay? All you need to do is agree.
Yes.
You don't need to fight all the time.
Yeah.
A good leader
Yes.
leads from the front.
Wow.
That's my point. To be a leader, to be a family man, you have to be a leader to your wife.
Yes.
There's this lady who is on TikTok. I've forgotten her name. She's very famous. I think she's from Rift Valley.
Yes.
She has been going around social media,
Yes.
making men crack their ribs laughing, talking about how women never keep quiet. I think
you are talking about Pastor Salina.
Yes, I think.
Yes,
I
Pastor
think.
Salina is my friend.
She's your friend?
Yes, we have ministered with her in Baringo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So some of those clips, when you listen to them, they are very true. In fact, the other day we like, for me, I like to control my family,
Yes.
being the servant and the leader.
Yes.
So if we are doing TikTok,
Yes.
you do it from my phone.
Okay. Wow.
So we stream to the television and we do TikTok together,
Yes.
so that I can control the content.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So this is one of the people we follow, and she was talking about how men tend to keep quiet because their wives talk.
Yes.
But that is not what they are looking for. Our wives are not looking for silent men. Yes, they are confrontational, but that does not mean you keep quiet.
What do you do, sir?
It is simple. Listen and advise. Listen and lead.
Okay.
Okay? Hii chai umeisikiaje? Ameona kabisa hujakunywa. Si ndio?
Na anataka
Alikuwekea na anataka answer.
Yes.
Ni moto. Hiyo chakula ni moto. You've just gotten into the house, she's placed a plate of food on the table, and she's asking, hiyo chakula ni moto.
Or you have visited a very new place you have never been before,
Yes.
and he sees a very tall building and
Correct.
she's asking,
Hiyo
hii nyumba ni ya nani?
Thank you.
And a foolish man will start a fight there. Sasa wewe unaniuliza kwani nishaikuwa hapa? You know?
Exactly.
But she needs an answer.
She's looking for an answer. We are the heads.
Yes.
Ephesians chapter 5 speaks broadly
Yes.
about where we are placed as men. There is a hierarchy.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Man leads woman.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes. As Christ is the head of the church.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So it is simple, but sometimes we like complicating things for ourselves. Okay? When your wife or your children are asking you things that you do not know, remember, you are that servant.
Yes.
When you go home, upate nguo zako hazijaoshwa na kuna a helper in the house, when you ask her, mbona huku nioshea socks, you expect an answer from her, knowing very well, uliweka socks chini ya mattress. Na umezitoa za hiyo. You understand?
Yeah.
A servant always has an answer. Wow. Not necessarily, but you should for your family.
Wow.
Yes.
You must demonstrate leadership.
Thank you.
This takes me back to Moses.
Yes.
You remember there was a time Moses was crying to God because he felt stranded. The children of Israel are complaining, you know, and they are complaining, they're hungry,
Yes.
and they are thirsty.
Yes.
And Moses cried to God. And you know God spoke to Moses and asked Moses, Moses, why are you crying to me?
Yes.
In short, he was telling Moses, demonstrate leadership.
Correct.
Stop crying to me.
Correct.
And God asked Moses, what do you have in your hand? And he said, I have a staff.
Correct.
Speak to the rock.
Correct.
In short, you have authority.
Correct.
I've given you what you need.
True.
You know,
That is deep.
command the situation.
That is very deep.
You have what it takes.
Correct.
And I'm sure there's a man watching us right now.
Yes.
There's a family watching us right now. And God is speaking to you directly as a man. As Mr. Manyara is putting it rightly. Demonstrate leadership. If you feel stranded, if you feel lost, take your position. Demonstrate leadership. You might feel stranded, but you are still the man that God created. You can seek the Lord and ask God which way. Because as the Lord, as you are the head of your wife,
Correct.
you have the head who is Christ.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
So, we are saying here that as a man, you are a leader.
Correct.
Number 3, as a priest.
Priest.
Yes.
When we get to the topic of a man being a priest,
Yes.
my Reverend Kathy, hello.
Yes.
When I get to that point of being a priest,
Yes.
I like doing an opening statement.
Yes, sir.
I like drawing lines. And above all, I like stating facts.
Yes.
First and foremost, to every man who's listening to me, I want you to understand one thing. First and foremost, I am a sinner.
Yes.
His mercies and His grace
Yes.
have allowed me to be here today. Elevate has taken me, or rather have hosted me, because they understand
Yes.
that I am a sinner,
Yes.
but I have a great Savior.
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So, that being said, the family man as a priest, I have an analogy that I like sharing. And this goes to the tune of saying, the reason we are having so much problems in our society right now,
Yes.
you hear left, right, and center, we have preachers who are doing things that are beyond words. We have
Men who are even raping and doing sleeping with all manner of things.
correct.
Yes.
The reason we are having that is because at some point in those men's life, they didn't have priests.
All right.
I'll explain why. Being a priest
Yes.
requires you to be the, let me put it in Swahili, chanzo cha maneno, the source of information.
Wow.
Okay? I was brought up, I have a Bible that I've had. I think, and if Dagoretti High School are watching, I'd want to say that I still have the Bible that has a stamp from 1962, a King James version, that I've held, let me say, for all my life,
Yes.
all my adult life. I have read that Bible. We devote on that Bible every evening with my kids. We share words. It has all manner of highlighters. Okay?
Yes.
So as a priest, your children need to read and understand the word of God
Yes.
from you. The moment you allow other sources to share information that is not verified by the Bible you have in your house, you've gone wrong. That's why we have a generation that has no direction, that can come out outrightly and say, we don't believe in this God.
Do you know there are men who don't know how to pray?
Very many. Very many of us don't know how to pray.
Because normally when you go to families and
Yes.
when you go to visit families, normally you find when an opportunity comes to thank God for food,
Yes.
or you want to make the last prayer, possibly a prayer for departure, every family want to go to their own house.
Yes.
You find that the man will delegate, or you'll say, Nanidi anaobanga. So and so, my wife is the one who prays.
Can I tell you why? This is a chronic problem in us Christian men.
Yes.
I grew up seeing my dad telling my mom
To
in
pray.
Kikuyu Hoivia.
Yes.
Okay? What do you expect me to do? In fact, it's actually not a fight, but an argument that we've had with my wife for a very long time. People have come, we have visitors in the house. When your mama ombea chakula, when your mama ombea nyumbani yako ombea. That is something we've grown up with. But it is high time.
Yes.
We have that paradigm shift in the way we think and in the way we manage the affairs of our house, in the way we present Christ in our house. Many people are watching and are thinking, huyu ndio ule jamaa tunakutananga naye huko akiosha, because for your information I'm an industrial cleaner. Akifanya kazi zake huko akikimbiza watu wafanye kazi. Yes, I am the same person. Okay? I'm not living two lives. I'm living one.
Yes. Wow.
One life. And I like to repeat, I am a sinner, I know, but I have a great savior.
Yes.
And I'm not ashamed
Actually,
of the life I'm living.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, the Bible says that if we have not, if we say we have not sinned,
Yes.
we deceive ourselves.
Correct.
And the truth is not in us.
Correct. Correct.
The Bible says that we have all fallen short of the glory of God.
Correct.
So this man, we must not look at a man. What you are saying is that you must not look at a man as a Superman.
No.
You should not always crucify this man because he has done something
Correct.
that possibly doesn't look born again.
Correct.
But you must understand that this man is prone to mistakes.
Correct.
Sometimes misunderstanding.
Correct.
And he is still the priest.
Correct.
He is still the priest.
Correct.
And on the part of the priest, because there is something that I would want us to, before we go for a break.
Yes.
The work of the priest is to offer sacrifices.
Yes.
Who should guide his family to go to worship, or even to go to church, or to, when it comes to spirituality,
Yes.
where is the place of the man in his family? Because we have children nowadays who don't go to church. We have so many men who are in their homes. Unapatanga, actually our churches are full of ladies. When you ask them where the man is at home. And I know possibly you can highlight a little bit, then after the break possibly we will be looking at what is keeping these men at home.
I am smiling because I know my my Reverend Kathy, who we've had a very long conversation with regarding the same issue you are raising. We have so many women in church and very few men. You know, it is important to note that we are living in very tough economic times. So the minute you say, Manyara, give 5,000 familia yako, if I don't have, what do? I don't want to be ridiculed. Yes. I don't want my fellow Christians to
Men don't know how to deal with the shame.
We don't. We hide.
He doesn't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
I can give you an example of when you see these people who are caught in pants down in hotel rooms. What do? Yeah?
They hide.
They hide. Yeah. Because that is in our nature. When you can't solve a problem, we bury our heads in the sand. Okay? Because we are ashamed. But unfortunately, we have been brought up to not acknowledge. I have a group of men, I wouldn't want to mention their names, but they will know themselves, who we sit down and cry. We cry together. We cry, grown-up men.
I like that fact because men are known to be masculine and men don't cry and men don't break. But at some point, a man must be a man and he must be an emotional human being.
Like I'm saying, this trio of men, when we sit down and discuss issues of the heart and challenges we are facing, it gets to a point where you find somebody shedding tears.
Yes.
We all shed tears and then laugh. And it's not that we are extremely spiritual. No. In fact, at that time, we are not on our knees. We are seated like you and me. You share your story, I share mine. It's unfortunate that we lost one of our neighbors because of this shame that men are so afraid of tackling. Okay? I have a problem, Can I come to you and talk to you in confidence? Are you going to offer me that situation or that shoulder or that solution to assist me walk out of this mud, this quagmire?
Are you saying that men are looking for someone who can listen to them?
That's all we are doing.
Wow.
When you find us in those unexpected places, unfortunately, I know I'm in church, I cannot speak the way I want to speak. But when you find us in those
funny places,
what do you think we are looking for?
Someone who can listen
to you. God there. It is just the plain truth. Unfortunately, I'm not sure, I might not be politically correct to say this, but allow me and correct me if I'm not right. Unfortunately, the Christian community we have right now does not have room for such. We get to a point where my neighbor left us and clear circumstances, okay? For the privacy of the family, I would not want to get into details, but yes, that happened. But you realize that we are so much in pain. Some of us are crying internally. Some of us have been pushed so hard to the corner because of our finances, because of the loans we are taking, Akina Fuliza, Mshwari, Zenka, and whatever. Those are traps. Those debt traps are killing us.
We are coming to deal with debt. We are coming to deal with debt because that's another, as Apostle Juma puts, is another hot potato.
Correct.
And we are going to address it.
Correct.
But I'm also impressed of the fact that men are looking for a place they can be vulnerable.
Yes.
Men are looking for a place they can share, they can freely share.
Yes.
A place that they will not feel judged.
Exactly.
Because everybody is looking at this man as a superman.
Correct.
As a man who has no faults, as a man who is the alpha and omega, a man who has a solution for every problem.
Very true.
But men are normal human beings. And I thank God because we have families, we have children, we have mothers, we have our wives who are watching right now. And it's good to understand that your man, your husband is a human being. Sometimes he comes home broke. Sometimes he has it. Sometimes everything is intact. Sometimes he's very broken. We are coming back, and I can see we have Helen Destiny is watching, Precious Nyams, Linus Joe.
That's my sister. Precious Nyams is our last born.
Wow.
She's called Mary Nyambura Manyara.
Wow.
Thank
God
you,
bless
Nyambura.
you,
God bless
Nyambura.
you. Yes.
Thank you, Helen Destiny. Great discussion. My wife here is watching. Linus Joe, loving the show. And we are going to sample most of your viewers, but I want us to go for a break. We are coming back in 2 minutes. Please don't touch that remote. Tell a man to tell a man. There is fire on Erebit. Man Unveiled Show.
Gathering of Men Conference 2024, hosted by Apostle David Juma.
So everywhere in the city, as revival was moving on, people are getting saved, looking for work, finding work, and becoming hard workers.
At Life Church International, Kenya Cinema Plaza, along Moi Avenue, Nairobi. In the spirit of the kingdom man as written in Genesis 41:38 and Daniel 5:11, we summon you to join the ranks of the chosen, to rise as warriors of faith and champions of righteousness. And guest minister, Bishop Jackson Kingori of Nehemiah Gospel Church, Dallas, Texas, USA.
We get caught up in a flurry of so many things that we forfeit and forget God wants us to walk with Him.
Heed this clarion call with urgency. March 8th to 10th. Sessions begin from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, and 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. This conference will be live on Elevate TV and on Life Church International's Facebook and YouTube pages. Gathering of Men Conference 2024, where legends are born, destinies are forged, and the kingdom reigns supreme.
Yes, welcome back to Man Unveiled here on Erebit. The show is on fire, and we are excited. We are excited to have this topic. I think this topic is just another thing because a lot of people are writing to us. Thank you, Eunice Godho. Eunice Godho, you must come for this show because there's a special episode I'm preparing, and I'll be talking to you. Thank you, Henry Kimani. Bro, we are taking notes. Thank you, Henry.
Henry Kimani is my neighbor.
Great.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you very
Henry.
much. Yes.
He's on YouTube.
Yes.
And Nyabura Mary.
Nyabura Mary is my sister as well.
Wow.
Yes.
Following the men we need within our estate.
Correct.
Oh, yes.
Correct.
And it's good. If you find your people following, that means
Yes.
they know that what you are doing is practical, is practically possibly what you live.
Yes.
There's also some other people who are on Facebook here. Is good, I acknowledge that. And you can continue writing to us. What do you understand by being a family man? Any question you have, Mr. Manyara here, aka Engineer Manyara, is right here, ready to handle those questions.
Yes.
And before we went for a break,
Yes.
There's something that you mentioned.
Correct.
And you mentioned about a man being economically empowered.
Correct.
And sometimes how men are not able to deal with shame. You also mentioned about men in the verge of looking for money. They are taking these loans and sometimes the burden is overwhelming.
Correct.
I know we are going to touch on that.
Yes.
But I want you now to take us to the institution of the family man.
Correct.
Yes.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, viewers. Thank you. Keep watching.
And you can talk to some of the engineers who are watching.
Unfortunately, I'm not tech savvy in that way, but Jacob Chacha, thank you very much. Keep watching. We have Elvis. Thank you very much for keep watching.
Wow, thank you.
Now, as we move on,
Yes.
the institution of a family man.
Yes.
I know we've come from the model that is the family
The model,
man.
the three aspects.
The three aspects: the servant,
the leader, and the priest. Now is about the institution.
Now, I want to talk about the institution
Yes.
of a family man. Please note, we are talking about a family man.
Oh yes.
We'll do another show where we are talking about the young adults, the young man, but this is specifically for the family man, the institution of the family man. I like categorizing this into three aspects.
Yes, sir.
The first institution is the man himself.
Okay.
You are an institution in yourself.
Okay.
The second one is the husband. Kindly note the order I am presenting this.
Yes.
And the third is the father.
Wow.
Because that is the order we come. You are born, you grow up,
Yes.
you go to school, you finish, you leave your parents. The Bible says you will come,
marry.
get married,
Yes, you become one.
a man and a wife will become one. So the second institution is husband.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
You become a husband, before you even get kids, there are some of us who are very fast.
Yes.
Haraka haraka. There are some of us like me who waited for about 6 years before we had our firstborn. And finally, after you have now become a husband,
Yes.
you automatically, God permitting,
Yes.
become a father.
A father. Wow.
Those three institutions are pivotal to the family man.
Yes.
The minute you understand those institutions, you are better placed to be a servant,
Yes.
to be a leader,
Yes.
and to be a priest.
Wow.
I would want to begin by now the institution of the man,
Yes. The
Okay.
office of a man.
the office of a man.
Yes.
We neglect that very much because most of the time you are very busy doing things for other people,
Yes.
and you forget yourself. I am of the school of thought where I believe in kurudishia mwili shukurani. Okay? It is a term that is used widely by so many people,
Yes.
but the scope I want to take is where now you as a man, you first and foremost recognize yourself.
Yes.
Because in that, you gain respect
Wow.
from whoever you're dealing with.
Yes.
The minute you respect, I can give you an example.
Yes, sir.
When you are walking in this beautiful suit, wonderful suit,
Oh, yes. Thank
outside there, and you're looking into the mirror and doing this,
Yes.
whoever is behind you, and ayo jamaa,
Yes.
anajua ni
He doesn't even see a husband.
He doesn't.
He doesn't even see a father. He sees a man.
He sees a man.
Wow.
Okay? And that is where
The way you carry yourself.
Exactly. And
Conduct.
you find
Wow.
when you fail to recognize yourself as a man, that is when these other forms of other relationships come in. We have fallen prey to these things. Let's not lie to one another. We have fallen prey to ladies and to, because your attention is not in yourself.
You are trying to find your
This
identity in
brings you
another
back.
place.
Yes, you're trying to find your identity. It brings you back to what we were talking about, where we were saying that you are trying to get acceptance okay,
From your environment.
From your environment. The reason you're doing that is because you have not appreciated yourself
Wow.
as a man.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, in my very humble submission, the institution of a man,
Yes.
in this topic we are talking about, the family man,
Yeah.
is pivotal.
Wow.
Is crucial. In fact, it is critical.
Now, you see, when David was just about to die,
Yes.
he called his son Solomon.
Yes.
And this is what he asked Solomon to do.
Yes.
He charged his son Solomon and said, "Stand and be a man.
Correct.
Be a man."
Yes.
And he gave him some instructions on who he wanted him to deal with.
Yes.
There were some guys who had killed some of his soldiers.
Yes.
I said, deal with that man.
Yes.
There's another young man called Shimei,
Yes.
who insulted me at some point.
Yes.
The fact that I never took any action against him
Yes.
did not make him innocent.
Yes.
Please ensure that he dies a painful death. So he is instructing his son to be
Yes.
a man.
Correct.
So there's that place of being a man.
Being a man first.
And does this come with the values, the way you carry yourself?
Unfortunately,
What defines that manhood?
there are quite a number of aspects.
Yes.
The upbringing, okay, the environment, okay, the friends,
All right.
right?
The people around
The
you.
people around you. You might have friends who demoralize you.
Wow.
You might have friends who show you the south when you're supposed to go to the north, because they know when you go to the north you're going to be successful, and they don't want you to be more successful than them.
All right.
You have friends who will stand with you and show you, you know, and reiterate to you and tell you, yes, you can.
Wow.
Okay? Friends who encourage you, not who demoralize you. Those aspects all together form
The man.
the man. The people you align yourself with, You know, the environment you align yourself with, or the environment you allow yourself to be in, all those determine a lot. They determine a lot.
Wow.
So the institution of a man, to me, is paramount for the family man. For that term, for you to be considered to be a family man, the institution of a man is important.
Before you become a husband, before you become a father,
you are a
you
man
have
before.
to be secure in your identity as a man.
We are having problems with the LGBTQ and whatever. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to speak that here.
No.
But that
it's a reality.
that is a reality in the life we are living in.
Yes.
I talk to my daughter and my sons. Yes, they are a bit young. But I would not want to miss the opportunity to tell them this is wrong.
Yes. Wow.
I wouldn't. And that is what the institution of a man is all about.
George Kimani here,
Yes.
our lecturer and a mentor here,
Yes.
is saying this is a very timely topic. Thank you, sir. Thank you, George Kimani Mwalimu.
Yes.
We have Ruth Wairimo. Wow, keep it up. Our own from our church. I love this. This is somebody maybe from your church.
Yes.
Bernard Roy Bishop. God bless you for watching. There's Gibson Karaoke.
Yes.
This is the GO himself.
Yes.
Man Unveiled Show, the real deal.
Yes.
God bless you for watching and following the great discussion. There's something that you have said
Yes.
about the man, being the man, the institution of a man.
Yes.
There was another institution, the husband.
I have 3 of them.
Yes.
Once you
Go on,
have
go on.
acknowledged yourself as a man, then you're in a position. Remember, we are on this topic of the family man.
Yes.
So once you acknowledge yourself as the man,
As the man, yes.
okay, then you are in a better position to be that leader, because you know what a man does.
Yes.
You know what a man is responsible
Oh,
for.
yes. Yeah.
Leave alone the setup of the home and the
Yes.
family. You understand yourself first, so that you can speak wisdom
Oh, yes.
to the people you are a servant to the people you are leading, and to the people you are a priest.
As a man.
As a man.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow. So a man who is reading in the church
Yes.
is not reading as a husband. He's reading as a
You
man.
are leading as a man.
Wow.
There
I
are
like
things you can't do when you're on the pulpit with your wife.
that. Yeah, that's true.
Okay? But as a man, when you are there, you will do them. Wow. There are things, me, in my capacity as the director of Termipest Limited,
Yes.
there are things I can do as a man
Yes.
that have no connotations to the church
Yes.
or to my wife.
Yes.
Okay? There are people I'll meet as a man
Yes.
to look for business.
Wow.
There are people I'll meet as a man to
As
give
a man.
advice.
Yes. Wow.
Okay? So the institution of a man.
And every institution has a language.
Exactly.
When you are in the marketplace, there is a way you talk.
Exactly.
When you go at home, there is a way you talk.
I can give you an example. If you are a preacher and you realize yourself as a man,
Yes.
you will not stand and acknowledge gays in your church.
That's true.
Okay? You will not stand and accept some of these things we are seeing. Because first and foremost, you are a man, you are a leader, you are a servant, you are a priest.
Wow. Wow.
Okay?
Wow. Great.
Point number 2.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have acknowledged yourself as a man. You have lived that life as a boy,
Yes.
as
Grown up.
a young adult. You are now a man who's ripe for marriage. You found a spouse.
Yes.
Now you move to the second institution called being a husband.
Wow.
This is now where most of us disappear. We fight because we didn't understand ourselves there. Okay? We didn't have the right upbringing there.
Yes.
Our parents probably, I'm not saying they didn't, but they didn't prepare us in that institution of a man. Now you are a husband.
Yes.
This is an institution now in itself. You have responsibilities. Okay? You are going to bear children.
Yes.
You are going to take this wife to the maternity.
Yes.
You are supposed to hold her hand when she's in pain. Because she has nobody else. She's given her life to you.
Wow.
She's coming under your wing as a helper.
You must take responsibility.
You have the responsibility.
Yes.
You must take the responsibility, and you must accept responsibility.
Wow.
Because this is your person now. This is, what do they say? The bone of my bone, or
Yes,
something
the
of
flesh
the sort.
of my flesh.
Flesh of my flesh.
Yes.
She's become one with you.
Yes.
So now once you acknowledge all those aspects and realize that I am no longer that single man, I am what the Bible says about you being a man,
Wow.
then of course automatically you take responsibility of this woman who you've now co-opted
Yes.
to come and share your life with.
But there are people also who marry under abnormal circumstances. Perhaps they were not ready to, you know, there are people who woke up in marriage.
Yes.
They were not ready, possibly they did what they did, and the lady refused to go home, and you know, they say that now having slept out, I can't go back home. Now
I'm taking you back to this first institution.
yes, being a man.
Thank you.
That's where, so things don't go wrong. Still, things start wrong.
They start wrong. They started wrong.
Wow.
I use myself as an example in many of these things because I will repeat, I am a sinner. I'm not in this seat because I hold a prestigious title in one of the denominations. No. I am a normal man, a Christian man who has his own challenges. I have my own battles.
Yes.
I wish my reverend would say, huyo ninamjua ako na shida hii na hii, because it is true.
Yeah.
I'm not devoid of that fact. I understand who I am. I share. I told you I have a circle of men where we sit and talk and
Yes.
talk and talk and we cry.
Yes.
I have my reverend who is very open, Reverend Catherine, who sits down with me and my wife and sorts out our issues with my wife. I'm not perfect, my friend. I am not.
And that is the problem we have with today's men.
Yes.
Because you want to project this kind of a strong man, a man with no weakness, a man with no limitations, a superman. And that has made many men feel inadequate, feel inferior, like they are not good enough. But when we have such men,
Yes.
as Engineer Manyara here, telling us that he has weaknesses. I too have weaknesses. I'm not here because I'm the superman. There was no census that was done and I emerged
No.
as the Alpha and Omega. You know, no.
Yes.
We are here because we must come to a place as men where we accept we have these weaknesses. We are working on them.
Yes.
We are fixing them.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
We are work in progress.
Yes.
We are not perfect.
Yes.
But
And
God is working.
We
on
have
us.
to do it.
Yes.
It's a step at a time.
Wow.
Don't be my judge.
Wow.
Where's your Mungu? Okay? I have a personal journey I'm walking with my God.
Yes.
Okay? You have an obligation, maybe as a man, to come and tell me,
Yes, sir.
Bwana Manyara hapa uendi vizuri, as my friend.
Yes.
How can we help one another? But don't sit there on that high stool and look down at me and consider me trash.
Yes.
No.
And see you like a suspect.
No. Nobody gives you that authority.
Yes.
Nobody has bestowed
If you have to
to
be
you that
judged,
power.
If you have to be judged by the word of God.
Thank you. Come to me with the word of God. I have a friend, a very close friend, Bwana Lawrence, famously known as Baba Tasha.
All right.
I
I'm sure
like
he's watching.
he's watching.
Yes.
He likes talking about how he's God. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Like I said, we are men of weaknesses.
Yes,
We
yes.
have weaknesses. Although the Bible tells me when I'm weak, I am strong. I know I am weak.
Yes.
The problem with this society right now, you don't want me to say I am weak. How else do you want me to live? This friend of mine, Lawrence, he has quite a unique way of living. Every Saturday morning, he will post all Kikuyu forms of worship.
Yes.
In his lowest times. When he's down there feeling trodden, he will post nyimbo za sifa.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
And because I know the challenges he's going through, because I understand the kind of man he is,
Yes.
because he's a very clean-hearted person.
Yes, yes.
There are two of them. There is one called Mark Monene of Mark Motors. I hope you are watching Mark.
Yes.
They are true to the word.
Wow.
Okay? But unfortunately, society judges us
Yes.
as men. The minute you see me, you know, they call me Silver Gang in Thika.
Okay.
And there's a bad connotation to that. It's not a very good thing. But the minute you see me, you already have a judgment for me. You already have a line. You already have a statement about Manyara. Unfortunate, so unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
I think I'm liking the fact that we are speaking it as it is.
True to the point.
And that is why men need to come out.
Yes.
And speak out your weaknesses. Seek help. Accept that on this matter you are wrong. You know, at some point I wanted to secure a loan.
Yes.
And my wife really discouraged me from taking that loan. But just like an African man, like we keep saying, I went on. You know, that loan should be
fire.
What we call the band of Ngeve. You know, there is something called the band of Ngeve.
The band of Ngeve. Okay.
But you see, I was warned.
Yes.
My wife had instructed. My wife had seen that. So sometimes it's good to accept that you are not always right.
Yes.
Sometimes you are wrong. Sometimes you become vulnerable to receive. And it's actually not weakness to take counsel from your wife. I'm coming to that because you are addressing the aspect of a man as a husband.
Correct.
And you are a husband because you have a wife.
Correct.
How now do you relate? How do you, as a man with as a husband? How do you reconcile?
I'm building up to that because I know at some point we are going to talk finances.
Yes.
The family man being a husband.
Yes.
Okay. How do you relate to your wife? It is important to note, like we said in the beginning.
Yes.
Your wife is not your maid.
Yes.
Your wife is not a second-class citizen. Many of us, our wives are more armed than us.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
Many of us, our wives earn more than we do.
Or even more intelligent.
Exactly.
Yes.
So how do you relate with your wife?
Yeah.
Come, let us reason together.
Wow.
Of course, as a man, kuna ile kitu ambayo huwezi toa, ambayo ni ya kusema, mimi ni mwanaume nimesema hivyo na hivyo ndio itakuwa. But as a family man,
yes,
now we have this different aspect of where now we actually it's not discerning, but we get to a point where you treat your wife as an equal.
Yes.
I know you've been asking me when I joke about the fact that my wife is my financial advisor and my finance manager.
Yes.
I don't have an M-Pesa line.
Okay.
I don't. I do not.
Yes.
If you think or if you know of my M-Pesa line that reads Charles Kamau, write to us. Write to us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow.
Write to us.
She is the financial manager.
She is my financial
the finance
manager.
The financial controller.
Correct. I use her M-Pesa. I consult her for matters finance. Of course, kuna zile huwa naficha my wife for my own personal use. Yes. But when it comes now to matters family because finances. We are talking about the family
finance.
Family finance.
Yes.
I leave that to her. She's even better than me.
Yeah. I know men sometimes we can be extravagant.
We are very extravagant and very good-hearted to even people who don't even deserve. We are very, you go find somebody there, she's looking good or he's looking good, he's looking
and the man starts speaking to you from the pocket.
Yes, yes. That is how we live.
Wow.
Okay? You see now in the world you go to a bar when people are in the bar, why do you think men go and say wapatie? Why do you think that is the case? Wow.
I thought it was generosity.
Nothing. Nothing.
All right.
No. It's because we don't involve our partners.
Yeah. We are not accountable.
We are competing for what we said in the beginning, to be recognized.
Wow.
We are going out.
We are looking for identity.
To look for identity.
Yeah. Okay?
You end up in the morning having spent 10,000 shillings
you
on people you didn't know.
Wow.
Maybe mulienda kukula nyama tu, you ended up doing this and that. When you come home, watu wako wanakula ugali mala. How many men can attest to that?
Ama yeye bagas.
Yes, yes. The restaurant down here. In fact, I was joking with my wife where before you joined me. I was telling her, niko hapa na tuko na wanaume wanakula. Na nikiangalia saa ni saa 1:30.
Yes.
So I'm wondering.
Nowadays, men are eating like they are eating in hotels.
And then I remembered one of my friends, and they know themselves, who told me, mwanaume, wewe jipange huko nje. Ukifika kwa nyumba unaumauma kidogo unaingia kitanda.
Now, our time is too much spent.
Okay.
I want you to address the aspect of the man as a father.
Thank you. I know there is a lot to say.
Yes.
But since our time is much spent,
Yes.
that institution of being a father, I think, is the most vital, because that is the institution of the next generation.
Oh yes, I like that. I like
Okay.
it that way. Yes.
Because bring up a child in the ways of the Lord, and
When they are of age.
they'll never depart.
Yes.
So the institution of the father is pivotal
Yes.
for the community.
Yes.
Okay?
Wow.
Because at 18 or 21 or 25,
They're out there in the
out
society,
there in the
community
society.
now.
Okay?
Yes.
You're no longer patroning them.
Yeah.
You're no longer chaperoning them. They are there in the world to do what? If you are a principled man, if you understood the institution of a man, you have already guided them.
Yes.
You've already given them a roadmap. If you are a priest to them, they already have the word. Okay? If you are a servant to them, they already know what to do outside there.
Wow.
That institution is an institution that now, this topic of the family man needs to be expounded on, needs to be taken seriously, because then we are talking about future generations. The next generation.
Someone actually said that it is the responsibility of that one generation is responsible for the other generation.
Correct.
So we are responsible for the children that we are raising.
Please stop using the word we.
Yes. I,
The man.
the man.
That's where we are starting.
Oh yes, the man.
The man.
Is responsible.
Because you are the servant, you are the leader, you are the priest.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
You are the husband, you are the man,
Wow.
and now you are a father. So it is your sole responsibility.
Yes.
Okay? Not the community, as so many people want to put it.
Yes.
It is your responsibility.
the man.
Before that kids,
The buck
those
stops at
kids,
the man.
yes, before those kids walk out of your door at 21 or 25 or whatever, you should have drawn them a map of what they should expect.
Wow.
And what they will encounter, and how they should handle that.
Some nice feedback here. Thank
Yes.
you, Hilda Duta. Keep up following.
Oh, that is Mark Munene's wife.
Ah.
Hilda Duta. So Munene is watching. Thank you, Munene. Yes.
Bernardo Aro is saying, I'm here. Bishop, thank you so much. Samuel Chege tuned and taking notes. Thanks for the show. Joe Wisdom and Mr. Manyara.
Thank you.
Anthony Real Estate, this is my friend. So
Okay.
insightful.
Yes.
Good to know being a man
Yes.
is an institution.
Correct.
Wow. Hiyo ni
It
bonga
is.
point.
Hiyo ni bonga point.
Mark Monene
Yes.
is around.
Thank you. Mark, karibu
Mark
sana.
is here
And
saying kabisa.
and I'm missing somebody. Flozi, Anto Waithaka. Where are you people? Where are you people? Yes.
Esther Karaoke.
Yes.
Well said, Mr. Manyara.
Correct.
All these people are, you know, they are Babiana Gadhoni following.
All those are my...
Good of you, Mr. Manyara.
Yes.
Frozy and Tor.
wonderful.
That's my brother. Keep it up.
Wonderful.
And we celebrate all those who are watching on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you have a good following.
Thank
and
you,
we
thank you,
must
thank you,
appreciate
thank you.
that you have been able to share with us the
Yes.
wisdom of God that
Yes.
God has bestowed on you. You remember we shared a platform and I heard that you have something that belongs to men.
Oh, yes.
And this is making me fall into temptation of telling you that this is just the beginning. We'll have many other shows together because we feel that
Thank
we
you.
have only scratched the surface.
Thank you.
There's
We
so
have
much
indeed.
that is.
We have
There
indeed.
is so much. We won't
There
talk
is.
about empowerment.
Correct.
We won't talk about the weak man.
Correct.
And how men deal with loss.
Correct.
And our viewers, these shows are all lined up for you.
Yes.
So keep it elevate every Wednesday.
Correct.
8 to 9 p.m. And this is what I would want to say because we are coming to the end of our show.
Yes.
Every time we are addressing the issues of men, feel free also to write to us. Tell us the topics that you'd want us to handle.
Correct. Indeed.
This show is not a show without you,
Yes.
our viewer out there.
Yes.
And I can see the people who are following us from Sarama.
Yes.
I want to salute all the men of ACK Salama.
Thank you.
And there's another church.
We have two churches in
Yes,
our parish,
yes.
headed by Reverend Catherine Kuria.
Yes.
This is Anglican Church of Kenya, Salama Parish. We have the Ebenezer Church,
Yes.
and now the mother church, which
Yes.
is now the Salama Church.
Wow.
Ebenezer is our kid, a small brother,
Yes.
a small church, but it's big. It's not small.
Wow.
But it was born from the Salama Church.
Wow.
Thank you, Salama members. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Let's engage. Let's be true to one another. let's be honest.
Yeah.
Do not undermine the man.
Yeah.
This family man is struggling. This family man has a lot of problems. Our pockets are empty, but we still love you, our wives. We still love you, our children. It goes without saying, we are your husbands, we are your fathers. But sometimes we feel so downtrodden, we feel so out of place.
Yes, not unappreciated.
Unappreciated. And I know we have challenges, we have temptations, we have weaknesses. I am not perfect. I have my own very many weaknesses. If my fellow men were to stand here and talk about my weaknesses, they are countless. But I have the strength to be seated here because I know I want to be a better man.
Oh yes. Oh,
I
yes.
want,
We are working
I want to
progress.
change this generation.
Wow.
I want to change my friends.
Wow.
I want to change my kids. I want my kids to, they're not perfect.
Yes.
You might hear me talking like this, you think maybe I'm raising priests and nuns and no.
They are working to perfection.
Exactly.
They are working to perfection.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to, one of my take homes tonight
Yes.
is that we have men
Yes.
who are not hiding from their fears, who are not hiding from their struggles.
Exactly.
And one of the things that really breaks men
Yes.
is when men come out and says that I've never taken alcohol, I've never done this, I've never
Yes.
done that. And
Yes.
a man who is struggling out there thinks,
Yes.
wow, I think this world is for perfect men.
It is
And
not.
I don't count myself among them. So you feel like, let me just go and do my things. So until next time, I am Joe Wisdom. And I want to tell you that we'll always be here to address the issues of men. We are here to build you as a man.
Indeed.
Joe Wisdom is an author, written some 3 nice books. You can look for them at Elevation Bookshop or Nuria Bookshop. Wisdom for the Marketplace, Wisdom for Wealth, and Wisdom for Relationships. I'm also a corporate trainer, a leadership coach. Kindly, if you have these opportunities, these forums, invite us and we'll do justice to your team. Lastly, allow me also to say that I'm a minister of the gospel, ministering at Transformation Center Church at Roiro, a place called Kimball, just next to Nips College. You're welcome to fellowship together with us anytime you're around Nairobi County and the larger Nairobi Metropolitan. God bless you so much. Have a wonderful night. Until next time, Shalom.